It's just over a decade. He's clearly not playing as well as he was, and he had a few issues with his throw that I'm not saying if he plays well, it's all down to having a word with him, but at the Grand Slam, I noticed that his arm was way too high. And James had a word with me about it a couple of weeks ago, and I said, you've got to lower your elbow. And normally, a player lowers it too much, but if James can control that, then he's got more of a chance of playing well. But the thing is with James, he's got this trait, and that is being able to hit what he's going for under extreme pressure. Now, that is something that won't leave him. That was something that will always stand him in good stead. So he's got that going for him.
He's had an unbelievable career, really fantastic.
It's been amazing. 7 majors in kind of today's climate is amazing. But he's got it hard with Keegan because he's capable.
Send over to commentary, Rod Harrington, and good evening, John Gwynn.
Yes, thank you very much, Dave. Lovely to be here again, and had a good afternoon. Now, this game, looking forward to it, because I think it's so unpredictable. The words that have been said have really summed it all up, Rod Harrington, because 85. We've got a Wade who isn't at his best, and this young man, Keegan Brown, who promised so much but has yet really to fulfil it.
100. That's exactly right, John. You know, Wade, he's just gone off the boil a little bit, and you know, the real fine bits of his game of, you know, steady scoring and being clinical under pressure has not quite been there. But Keegan Brown, you know, like you said, we expected so much of him, had good scoring power, but the last year he has really gone off the ball. I don't know whether he expected too much out of himself on the Pro Tour, but either way, it's open for both of them. You know, if Wade can get his game going earlier on, he's obviously the favourite, but
60.
Keegan Brown will fancy this battle.
Yes, I think most people will remember Keegan Brown for his quarter-final appearance, or his journey to the quarter-finals of the Grand Slam, when he beat Lewis, Adrian Lewis that is, and Barney en route. Young lad he is at 25, of course, then only 22, new on the scene. He hasn't gone on from there. Now then, with the throw, wants the treble 18. What a chance here with the bullseye! Oh, what a way to start! What a way to start, Rob! Right in the middle of the ball. Well, certainly in the middle of the ball.
Well, there was a lot of players that were just going Big 10 or Big 18 there, but he was on a run. It was a combination shot, and he hit the first 2 absolutely perfectly, so no reason at all not to go for the bullseye, and proved right. And that's the sort of thing that you want to start off with, a good, decent leg and a good check out. So he'll be full of confidence now, and we've seen so many times with these young players.
93.
If you let them get in front of you and you let them get confident, you have got a problem on your hands.
Something of a local derby flavour attached to this. Keegan Brown from the Isle of Wight, although originally from County Durham, born in Durham. And his dad, a big Newcastle fan, named him after the Newcastle manager at the time. He'd just gone there as manager in 1992, Kevin Keegan, who I know loves his darts, watches the lads on the box. So this lad named after you, Kevin, if you are tuning in. And what a brilliant way to advertise it. 177. Superb.
Yeah, he's certainly taken the game to Wade, isn't he?
99.
He's going to get possibly 6 starts from this 174. What he doesn't want to do, well, I was going to say don't miss a big treble. He's done exactly that. Well, that has put the pressure on now. James Wade is without question one of the best players in the game at this sort of shot. 3-dart combination. On form, you're talking 7 or 8 out of 10. Double 18.
80.
Well, I thought you were going to be right there, Rod. And rather further away from the double than perhaps we or he expected. And that certainly isn't. This lad means business. He's made an excellent start. 1-2-4 finish in the opening leg. And that 177, so casually, it seemed, put together, really gave him the edge on that leg.
100.
Well, up to over 106 average. I appreciate we're only 2 legs in. However, very impressive start from a young man from the Isle of Wight. And he really is, like I said earlier on, taking the game to James Wade. And this is where the James Wade of old has got to come out, Gwynny. You know, that player that never gives up, grit, determination, knows how to grind a result out. And he's certainly going to have to do something here.
Yes, you're right. The James Wade of not all that long ago, the deterioration, for whatever reason or reasons, has only been in the last, what, 12, 18 months, 2 years at the most. And, you know, this young lad really is piling them in, isn't he? That treble 19 has taken a bit of a battering from the lad in pink. That's the Wade we know. That's the Wade we like. Well played, James Wade.
$133. James Wade 81.
But he's relentless on that big score to land him on a finish.
Well, Wade needs the bullseye now. After 25, so Keegan Brown's going to come back. 2 darts and a double to wrap this first set up. Double 16. Double 16 it is, and that is a clinical first set from the young man from the Isle of Wight, Keegan Brown. Over 107 average, 3 out of 4 on his doubles, 75%. That is impressive by anyone's standard. He really is taking the game to James Wade. Wade has got to do something when we return.
Pally, and my, what a performance we're seeing. Cody Harris threw well. He'll be playing later against Ian White in that last game of the night. But before that, of course, Chizzy and Vincent van der Voort. That'll be rat-a-tat-tat, all right. We've got Brugia beaten by Cody Harris. James Wade 1 down to Keegan Brown, who averaged 107.36. He had a 124 checkout, a 177. Effectively 107.36. You could say he's hit 314 darters. That's what it amounts to. And what a performance from the young man. Even in that last leg, he was trailing and hit a 133 to land himself on 50, Rod. When Wade failed to take out that which he needed, he stepped in and clinically finished the set. Impressive.
Very. Wade is still the favourite from the bookmakers. Keegan Brown at evens. Well, we have to say that the end of the set and the commercial break come at the perfect time for James Wade, and he will be hoping that it's just put Keegan Brown just off his stride a little bit. And James Wade is very experienced now at kind of getting the game, just starting to ease the game back in his favour.
Yes, well, he's got the darts in this particular set.
140.
He'll be philosophical about it. If every leg had gone with throw last set, he'd have lost it 3-2. But the way this lad's throwing, fancy the 180 there. Wade on a bogey, but it matters not. He's 46 in front, plus these. Needs a treble here, would suggest.
65.
Well, or a 25, that lands him on 100. This is where this lad's been hitting the big score. This penultimate visit, if you like.
59.
Didn't on that occasion. So what a great chance for Wade to get the first leg on the board in his case. 3-0, he lost the first set.
60. Keegan 152.
Well, this would hurt. First leg of that first set, he took out a 1-2-4 on the bullseye. He won't be using the bullseye here. Another one of those. Double 19 it was.
14.
That was close.
Yes. Now double top for Wade, and that's it. And that double top was made for Wade. We used to say that to Ronnie Baxter, didn't we? Double top. You never get Ronnie missing it. Wade rarely misses it. When he does, he generally hits the double 10.
140.
Brown kicks off very nicely indeed. Wade warming to the task. Oh, unlucky.
125.
Do you know what? I mean, Wade would prefer the set play. Do you remember when he played Van Gerwen? If we just see Keegan Brown nearly miss.
140.
When Van Gerwen had the 9 dart, then missed the double 12 for consecutive 9 darts, James Wade won that set.
Yes.
That's how good this guy can be and his mindset.
Well, he has twice won the World Grand Prix, 07 and 2010, which is a set play, of course, albeit with a slightly different, with the double start mode to it. But all his other major wins have come in match play. World Match Play 2007, UK Open 2008 and 2012, the Premier League, of course, 2009, the Masters 3 years ago. Some players do prefer set play, others prefer match play, the legs only. Now needed the treble. So Brown will be having a go at 70.
88.
Well, that puts a bit of pressure on. And Keegan Brown should get at least 1 dart a double. 1 dart it will be. Double 18 and double 18 it is. 4 out of 6 on the doubles for Keegan Brown. 1 leg all in this set. Just made James Wade think about things here.
Yes, interesting the way he went there. 18, 16, and then up for double 18. He made it look easy. And now he is throwing as well as anybody could expect. His average still 104 plus. Neither player looks flustered. You get the impression both of them are playing with a reasonable amount of comfort, no sort of sign of distress, and certainly not from this young man.
96.
Well, I don't think you're ever going to see stress out of James Wade.
No, no.
He's always just going to get up there and play, you know, his game. If it works, it works. If it don't, there's not too many complaints from him.
96.
Well, 96 from Wade lands him on that magical 170. Well, we got the 96, Rod, didn't he? Got it worked out.
Well, certainly James Wade's not going to take it out, but he needs to find a treble. Dangerous position this is for James Wade, very dangerous. If Keegan Brown does not take it out, just setting it up puts huge amount of pressure up on the 110 that James Wade has left himself.
.42. James Wade 110.
Oh, what a good first start. Now double top. Lovely finish. That's James Wade.
Well, it's Keegan to throw first. Game on.
As we know, James Wade, 110, no problem. Everything exactly where he wanted it to be.
100.
I guarantee it doesn't matter what distance James Wade plays, from a short distance to a big distance, he'll always take out a ton plus shot.
Yes.
I mean, every time.
100.
Yes, he's been marvellous. I mean, they were discussing in the studio before the fact that this one is the one that's eluded him. But he was a semi-finalist, what, 2009, and then in successive years, 12 and 13.
Well, the biggest time,
Nearly, man.
the biggest chance he had was when he was well up against Adrian Lewis,
Yes.
and we had what we call the draft gate.
Absolutely.
I think it was 5 sets to 0 up or something ridiculous.
5-0 or 5-1 when they went off stage, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of... I just couldn't believe that James had let it go, and then Adrian went on and won it, of course, and I think that was when you identify, you know, in your playing career, that one time you think, that's where I let it go, and I think that's the biggest chance that Wade had.
49.
Just a sense here, Rod, that Wade, and I'm not just talking about the fact he's 2-1 up,
100.
but just a sense that Wade is just beginning to turn this match. But as soon as I say that, 140 from Keegan Brown.
Well, Keegan Brown's going to come back for the 56 to level it up in this set.
94.
Wade will have the throw in the final leg. Now double top. Double top it is, cleanly keeps his percentage at 71, 5 out of 7 on the doubles. That's exceptional.
Yeah, you're right. Including a bullseye finish, of course.
136.
But Wade knows that if he can win this leg, it's one set all, and Brown knows it too.
141.
Wade from Hampshire, Brown from the Isle of Wight. They know each other well. They played on the exhibition circuit on a number of occasions.
99.
And they're giving us a very, very fine match here. Very few stray darts. And by
84.
stray darts, I mean into the adjoining segment, or sector, to be correct.
98.
That's your third last dart. Oh, he needed it. He's left a bogey, but he had no choice. 140 here could upset Brown. Now that is a crucial big score for Keegan Brown, and now James Wade, oh, he's hit the one. That's exactly what he needed.
96.
But he may only get one dart at the double, John, if he returns. I mean, if this first dart sits in the treble 20 really well, you fancy him to hit another one. Oh, that's miles off.
62 scored, 74 left, treble 14 surely.
76.
Well, 60 when he goes, and that's if he goes. It's nip and tuck this particular leg. Double 12 for Wade. Cool as a cucumber, and that's one set all. Wade, look what that means to the machine. 1-1. Great game of darts. We'll be back to see more of this. Make sure you're with us. Only two on the stage with darts in their hand, giving us a treat.
Third set, first leg, it's Keegan to throw first. Game on.
Well, what grouping. What grouping. A break, comes back, 3 darts. Just like that.
100.
No, James Wade has moved in even tighter on the with the bookmakers. Well, now at 2-1, and after kicking off with the 180, may have moved even a little bit tighter for Keegan Brown, but James Wade has really done well to get himself back in this game, John. If we'd have looked at match play, that first session would have been 5 legs. He could have easily gone back 5-0 down, which would have been, you know, suicidal for him. But he knows how to turn, you know, a game around, and now, as I said, he's the favourite again.
Yes. I think in favour to Keegan Brown, he did little wrong in that second set. He won both the legs on his throw.
134.
And, I think this is what you're alluding to. Effectively, Wade cut him out, shut him out in that. Now he wants another one of those. Would have been very handy indeed for double 16, but he can leave it
94.
nice and handy.
Well, Keegan Brown is 5 out of 7 on the doubles. What James Wade has got to do, he's got to make sure every time Keegan Brown has 1 or 2 darts at the double, he's got to be there or abouts. He's got to force him to make mistakes and miss. He's done exactly that.
Keegan, you require 52.
There's the mistake that I was talking about. A treble 19, double 16 would be just perfect for James Wade.
For a break of throw. Clinical, absolutely clinical. And that was the one occasion where Keegan Brown left the door open, had every opportunity there to take that leg. And now Wade, having broken, and I bet those odds from 4 to 11 have now gone to something like 1 to 4. Because Wade now has a distinct advantage. Quality game, just gone over the 100 again. He's always been around that. He's added another 180. It's his second. He had a 177 in the second leg of the match.
140.
Well, Wadey now is just a smidgen under the 100 average, so this is a cracking game. And after that first set, you know, you're kind of thinking, is this, you know, a tournament where Wade's going to go out first round? But as we see so often, look at those doubles. I mean, that's quality. You know, that's about average for Wade, but 4 out of 6 for Keegan Brown is exceptional.
140.
67% Wade now, 4 out of 6, and he missed
190.
darts at a double in the opening set. He's not missed a dart at a double in his last 4 attempts. Bullseye, beckons. Oh, 99. Just moved the wire a fraction south.
Well, Keegan's going to get a dart of the double. Double 16 it is. A double 16 it certainly is. And that has put him back in this set. And with the throw.
Yes,
fist pumps from the youngster.
Every leg in the previous set went with throw. I think there's a lot of character displayed there, Rod, because having lost that leg on the throw when he missed those doubles the opening leg, to come back like that with that 102 shows a lot of character. Game on.
Well, if Keegan happens to go on and win this game, John, I know there's a long way to go for both players, but he will identify that second leg of this set. That was the turning point, because if he'd have missed that, James Wade would have stepped up the way he's been playing on doubles. 2-0 up in this set, wins the set 3-0, 3-1. But Keegan, beautiful 102 checkout.
He knew that as well, and we say under pressure. They handle that very well. It was an excellent indication of the quality, not only in his throwing, but in his self-control. And self-belief.
Well, this is as good as we've seen Keegan play for a little while, because he's been on a bit of a downer. Of course, with these youngsters especially, it doesn't take a lot for them to get very confident.
170.
Well, it's left him 40. It's left him 40. Absolutely brilliant. A 170 to leave himself 40. It's almost like an exhibition here from Keegan Brown.
Keegan, you require 40.
Took me by surprise, Rod. Shouldn't have done, but it did. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, then it's James to throw first. Game on.
At what point does Wade become browned off?
50.
This display by this lad is absolutely fantastic. It's a delight to see. He's only 25 now, the needle they call him.
97.
Well, he has been very impressive, John, because as we've mentioned so often, he's not been playing that well for 18 months as Keegan, but here he is showing all the attributes of a good
59.
professional player and on a young man's shoulders. I mean, he really is playing and taking the game to James. There's a couple of areas there where it could have gone south on him, but he's hung in there, and that 102 was superb.
Yes, that's right. And then to take out 210 in 5 darts the way he did, with a 170 and then 40 in 2, was brilliant
96.
as well. And it's almost as if he's picked up from where he left off in the Grand Slam in 2014, 3 years ago,
48.
since we really saw what potential he had. We were saying that about James Wade, of course, a decade or little more than a decade ago. A former junior champion, James Wade, back in the late 90s, and Keegan Brown back as recently as 2014 World Youth Champion. Now really showing
47.
that he still has it.
Well, a 180 here would certainly put some pressure on. He's third of the match. What a time to do it now. 20 for the bullseye. Bullseye for James Wade to perhaps stay in this set. Oh, superb.
Yeah,
Absolute. Both players under pressure, taking checkouts. Just absolute superb game of darts.
yes, Rod, that was exactly my reaction, and I think everybody at home and wherever you're watching this, that ball went in, and you've just got to admire it. Don't need to say anything other than, blimey. They're both playing really, really well. 95, 96 average Wade, 101, 102 Brown, and ploughing them in still.
Well, Keegan Brown's going to get 9 darts from here at least, John. 227. May only need 6.
121.
Well, his reaction told you what he thought of the second dart, but he put the third one exactly where he wanted. Again, great quality, great character. Wade battling away himself. 106, 46 left. Oh, 35 left.
74.
After just 12 darts, though, wanting 32, and that despite that slip.
85. Keegan 32.
Double 16 to take a 2-set-to-1 lead. He just composes himself. Straight in, he keeps that double percentage up. 8 out of 14 now. He leads James Wade, the machine, 2-sets-to-1. And now James Wade, he's really going to have to compose and dig deep.
100.
Yes, and you've mentioned were this match play, 8 legs to 5 Brown
59.
leads, because he won that first leg, that first set, emphatically 3-0, deservedly so, but both sets since
98.
have gone 3-2 to the man with the throw. 3 180s in that set from this young man, 102 finish and a 170 to set up 40, which he polished off. A really high quality performance.
95.
Wade responded with that brilliant bull finish on 90, but it only delayed that which Brown intended.
43.
Step back, have a yawn, and put it in the treble 19. Easy.
Well, he's left a bogey, but no, sorry, he hasn't. No, I'm looking at Keegan Brown's there. I'm getting too excited now, John.
99.
So James Wade.
68.
68. 12 for double top. 12 it is.
Game's on the
Double
first
top
leg.
it is.
James Wade. Second leg, it's Keegan to throw first.
With throw. Nice, comfortable leg that for Wade. Well ahead of his opponent in that leg. He held sway right the way through it. Unfazed though. Nice ton from the younger man.
Well, Keegan Brown still scoring really well, just a smidgen under the 100, and James Wade, well, you would have to say that is an average for James Wade. He wins so many games with around the 95, 96, 97 average. However, 2 sets to 1 down he finds himself.
Wade's finishing has kept him very much in this. He's 6 out of 9, 67%. That double top has been absolutely brilliant for him. It's interesting that Wayne was saying about the elbow. In his case, his left elbow. And, again, he's finding that treble 19. And just an inch of the elbow can actually raise, I would imagine, from my own limited experience, the arm comes higher than actually the inch would provide for. So it's getting it absolutely right, isn't it? That elbow in the right place. Double 8 here for Brown. Fraction inside.
16. Change rate by 170.
Well, this would be incredible. We're not going to see it now, so Keegan Brown is going to come back. For me on that, John, it's more that James Wade comes up on his left toe sometimes to get the height on another dart. That's the one area where I kind of like see him needed to just smarten up a bit. However, Wade is going to come back. Now, he's got 2 options here, John. Aggressive route is the treble 20 or the 25. He's going for the treble 20. Now he needs double-double. No, he's going for another one. We've said so many times it's the only problem when you don't go for the 25.
Well, we said it this afternoon in the game between the 2 Welsh guys, and yeah, I'm surprised Wade didn't go the bull route there. But anyway, double 1. Didn't think we'd see a leg like this, but it does happen, and it's there. That means as much to him, obviously, as the 124, the 102. Big finishes are great, little finishes are just as great, because it means you've got a tick in the box. You've won the leg.
59.
See, if James Wade just lets his arm do all the action, he hits everything. It's just when he starts to come up on that left toe for me. I've noticed it over the last year. He tries to get a bit of extra. It's normally when the dart goes low and he wants to get a bit of height. And he comes up on the toe to try and find that height. Oh, that's a perfect dart. You see, he's just coming up on his toe there a little bit, which actually brings the dart down. Instead of giving it height, it loses its height.
Yes, physically, mentally, he's thinking that he's giving it height, and as you say, it's actually doing the opposite. Well, maybe something he can look at, work on.
Well, every sport in the world, John, has coaches, and you know, especially in golf, which we all love, they change little quirks in their swing and makes them better.
Needed that for tops. Yeah, he knows that was very, very close. And from where he's standing, it could well look as though it's in. But Brown 157 to break the throw. Would you a big finish? We haven't had one for 5 legs.
$125. Ginger was 16. Games on the third leg.
Well, he never normally likes that side of the board,
Four-legged Keegan to
chasing
throw
round
first.
for that
Game on.
combination, but no problem at all for James Wade.
97.
Yes, he dealt with that very nicely indeed, because Brown once again had provided a brilliant penultimate visit to land himself on 32.
140.
But he didn't get the chance. He locked him out.
Yes, John, I mean, the setting up shot, as we call it, from Keegan Brown has been excellent throughout the whole of the game, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, big scores to leave doubles or 2-dart
139.
combination, which has been exceptional from the young man.
Yes, there was a 177 second leg that did it. There was a 133 in another leg, I remember, that did it. And even that last leg, he did it, but of course didn't get the chance to follow it up. In that treble 19, he's given it a
95.
right good tatering, so to speak. They say the greens are good for you. Well, he's been eating his greens tonight
140.
in that treble 19.
170.
Well, we talked about setting the shot up. If he doesn't take it out, he's got to make sure he gives himself 2 darts when he comes back, which now he's not going to do.
40.
That really was not the greatest of visits. Wade is going to get at least a dart of the bullseye, maybe. Yes, bullseye it is. He's already taken out 1 leg on the bullseye and
96.
on the wire.
130.
Yeah, that's the second time he's been as close as that. There was one occasion where he just slightly moved the wire. Of course, he got it on one occasion. Now then. So
65. Ginger was 25.
25 for Wade to break the throw and take the set. Never misses double 10, James Wade. I wonder how many times I've said that during his career, and he certainly didn't there. 2 sets all. Into the decider we go.
60.
Well, it's actually the first double 10 hit in the whole of the match. And when you've got James Wade playing, that's
81.
quite incredible.
Well, it's because he's been hitting the double top.
Yes, you're exactly right. He hasn't missed
He's
it.
hit the double top every time he's needed it. So he's unlucky, very unlucky, but it hasn't phased him.
60.
Give him credit for that. He didn't stop. He didn't sort of pull his face. He just kept going and got another treble 20 to limit the damage.
Yeah, the second dart really smashed into the flight of that
99.
first one. That's what caused it.
Remember when Gary Anderson got none?
All three.
All 3 came out a couple of years ago in this competition, wasn't it?
93.
It was in the final, of course, yes.
See him just come up on his toe there, and
137.
the third dart was brilliant. He's just starting to turn the screw now, James Wade, isn't he?
It's deciding leg, crunch time cometh. This is where you got to hold your nerve, and Wade, vastly more experienced, is more likely to, one might assume, especially if he wins this leg against
60.
the throw. And yet again, how many times have we said it? We were talking about it not so long. The setup shot does it with a perfect 180. His 4th of the game.
56. Keegan, you require 8. Game shot on the first leg. Keegan
Well, at one
Brown.
time, James Wade had control of that leg, but the 180, absolutely superb setup shot from Keegan Brown, and still gives him control
99.
in this game.
And in the main, It's all very well having the set-up shot. You've still got to finish it off, and he has done in the main. Just that one occasion when he didn't, and Wade stepped in.
58.
But what an inspiration we've
58.
found in the shape of Keegan Brown tonight, giving the famous Kevin Keegan, whom he's named after, a right to be proud if he's watching.
59.
Well, the bookies can't split them at the moment, John.
No,
10-11-2. The first time that Keegan Brown has even been close to Wadey in the odds.
Yes, the closer to the finish you get, the more the odds will narrow towards each other, will move towards each other. Oh, again, how many times he done that? Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Well, I'm sorry that one of these has got to go out of the competition. I think they've both given us an absolute cracker. If this had been best of 11, best of 13 even, as a final, it wouldn't be out of place.
86.
I really don't understand him switching to the 19s there. That was a perfect treble 20. Another one of those, though, for James Wade. Well, he's already taken out 124, has Keegan Brown. And what a check-out this would be. It would give him total control in this set and in the match.
It was the first leg of the match that he did it. He got the treble 18, but followed it up with the bull to win that opening leg. 56 for Wade. Never misses tops. And if he does, he doesn't. Simple as that. His throwing at tops in this match has been as near perfect as you'll get.
140.
Well, they're great friends, these two. No quarter asked for, none given. Playing the board, bang, bang, wallop, and now Wade's turn. Fantastic, fantastic. Up next, Vincent van der Voort. He's playing Chizzy. Oh, looking forward to that one. We've got some cracking games here in this first round. You know, when you think, Rod, this is a first round game. Two players of really high caliber. Oh,
162.
Incredible.
164.
On another one of those. Bullseye.
Oh. 128.
Well, I'm already running out of superlatives, and that would have been the superlative of all superlatives.
Keegan 36. Game
36 it is.
Keegan
Brown takes the lead. Wade has to hold throw. It has to be won by two clear legs, up to 5 apiece, and bingo.
Well, there's a chance for Keegan Brown.
That often happens, you know, Rod. You see one play. If he'd hit a 140, I'll bet Brown would have replied with at least one himself. It often happens.
It does.
Can't explain it, but it often happens.
But that was a chance for Keegan Brown. If he could have whacked in a 140, puts the pressure on. It's just that perhaps thinking of the finishing line, thinking all I need is this one leg, and I'm beating James Wade, and I'm through to the next round, and all of a sudden, before you know it, you've lost your concentration. And
absolutely, it's when you're most vulnerable in a sense, isn't it? You're dead right, Rod.
60.
Sure, you've been there yourself, haven't you? Hey?
Probably hundreds of times.
140. 60.
Well, advantage Brown. If here he can put in a score, that advantage will materialise.
97.
What a good last start. Can't overemphasise how important that was.
Well, it may give him a dart of the bullseye if he can hit one treble
59.
with one of his first
Keegan
two
Wild,
darts.
129.
First dart has got to come down to these 19s. Another treble 20. Bullseye for the match for Keegan Brown.
84.
I think that was a little bit of adrenaline rush there.
22.
I agree. A rush of blood there. And let's be honest, one can understand. Needed the treble 18 there for the bull.
54.
Now 45 for
Keegan
Keegan
Wild,
Brown. The 25-year-old from Newport, Isle of Wight, against the great James Wade. There's no gone. Keegan Brown and James Wade give us an absolute classic. But it's the man in pink who's in the pink now. He's in the second round of the World Championship. Gotta feel sorry for Wade. He did little wrong. But what a performance from Keegan Brown.